Yo, what's up? We're not in the movie theater now. I was messing around and I don't have what I need to have. But good evening, everybody. Game time, Brian. What's going on, everybody? Well, what's going on? We sit here on a Tuesday night, not much going on. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk some NFL football. We got Isaac Ramirez in the house, Logan Motorsports, Rashi Doll. How are you, brother? Vinny Hagen, Oscar Perini, Clemente. What's up? Gonna miss the chat, brother, in ER. I hope all is well, Clemente. CZ, what's up? Dallas Cowboys, what's going on? Philly D, what's up, brother? West Virginia, I'm working on your hoodie. I didn't forget about you. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, what's going on? Anthony Chavez, are the Cowboys keeping Blandon Diggs? We could talk about it. I don't know that anybody really knows. This year, I would say yes. They'll both be on the team. Alina, good evening. Dustin Bosley, oh snap, made it to a late night chat. Well, it's not so late, but it is what it is. EJB, what's going on? Who else we got in here? Aisha Robertson, how are you, Aisha? Wayne Zimmerman, good afternoon. Wayne, I don't know where you're from, but good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon. We got a lot to talk about, kinda.
I don't know where you're from, but good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we sorry, Randy, I had to mute you until you get that taken care of. I can hear myself. We got some stuff to talk about. We got some headline stuff. We'll talk about what anything and everything that you guys want to talk about. Just some of the headlines here. I called this a couple weeks ago. I said he might come back to the Cowboys, but once we hired our offensive coordinator, Doug Nussmeier is finishing up his interviews, and he will be named the next offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. I believe he's the Eagles quarterback coach. He was very instrumental early in Dak's career, Doug Nussmeier, him and Kellen. Again, it is what it is. But Doug Nussmeier is leaving the nest, and he's headed to New Orleans to join Kellen Moore. So I called that, right? Because Doug Nussmeier, his son is a quarterback at LSU. It makes a lot of sense. And he has another young kid who is a Texas, a Frisco, I believe, right near where Dallas is. He goes to high school there. So I don't know if he's going to be a senior this year, but it's possible. We could talk about Eagles release Nick Gates. Okay, not the end of the world. Panthers re-signed Andy Dalton to a 2-year deal. Okay, all right. Matt Eberflus has a plan for Micah Parsons, hopes to make him even better. We'll see. Just some of the headlines. Let's see. Joe Mixon wins appeal of his $25,000 fine for criticizing officials. Good. I'm glad. But so how's everybody doing? Logan Motorsports is in the house. What's up, Logan? Randy, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Are you there? Yeah, Randy, I muted you, brother. So unmute. Chris May, what's going on? Wayne Zimmerman, good evening.
How you doing, Brian? How's everybody doing?
Yeah, when you came in, I could hear everything, so that's the reason why I muted
you.
I'm
sorry.
No, you're good.
We're getting that weather that you got the other night.
Yeah, I still haven't gone out back, and it looks like carnage, but I'm going to get to it Thursday. I'm off Thursday, so I'll go back for one day, and then I get my day off. I took today off just because I try not to work day after the holidays at the post office if I can avoid it. So we had the holiday on Monday. I took today. I used my own leave. Go back Wednesday. Then my actual day off is Thursday. So I work Wednesday, Friday, Saturday this week. So, but yeah, the wind has been incredible here. I don't know how it is now. It's basically settled down, but it is cold here. It's back down to bitter cold weather here. I'm over it, people. Yeah, the damn groundhog needed to stay away because it's ridiculous. You didn't need to see a shadow because it's freaking cold. I'm over the cold already. So how's it there now, brother?
Do what?
How's the weather there now?
Well, it's raining cats and dogs. We
Mm,
got severe thunderstorms and little bitty pieces of hail.
okay. Just real quick, whose stuff is going out tomorrow again? We got Twizz's stuff's going out. Chris May, yours is going out. Jesse, I don't see Jesse in here. His is going out. Troy Hagen, you're waiting for Blue Virus, right? Yeah, he hasn't got back to me. So, you know. But yeah, I'm working on getting everybody's stuff out. It'll take a couple days. So everybody's stuff will be out. What's today? Tuesday. By the time I go back to work on Friday, everybody's stuff will be out and shipped to you. So we'll start giving more stuff away. So Randy, what are you thinking, man? What do you look? What's on your mind these days regarding the Cowboys and what you're hearing? Anything good?
Well, I'm hearing that a lot of people are talking. They're not sure they're going to sign Osa. I'm hearing they're going to tag him because it's a lot less money for a defensive tackle as a tag, like 13 million a year compared to 20 something million, and that makes more sense than anything, to be honest with you.
Well, I would want to do. I would want to sign him to a long-term deal. Because I think you could get him for around 14 mil a year, something like that. But again, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Some people say he's going to get 20 million. If that's the case, then tag him. And then again, I don't know. It's very hard. We got to stop using the tag. I think we use the tag more than any team. And it ultimately comes back to bite you. Because, Randy, if you are sitting here saying today that you want the player, then sign the player. Because
I agree with you.
Because by tagging them, you're only upping the deal for next year. This is what they've been doing.
I know. This is our problem. We don't sign early.
So, all due respect, if you're going to tag him to let him walk, if you're tagging him, then you're letting him walk. You're not going to re-sign him unless he has an injury, and then they'll jump to it. Oh, my God, we get a deal. Yeah, that's how they work. But if you're tagging them, then I'm letting them go at the end of the year. I'm not tagging them to resign them. If you want him, sign him now. He's a year younger. What are you waiting for him to have a bad year, then resign him to a long-term deal? Makes no sense. So either tag them and let them go, or just sign them to a long-term deal. That's what you do.
I agree with you. I agree with you totally. The problem is for some reason the Joneses like to wait till later on down the line. I hope we don't do this with Micah until the start of like July or something. I don't know. That's just the way they operate. Hopefully they've changed like they said they've changed. And I'd like to go ahead and get Jordan Lewis signed early and get some of these other guys that the little integral guys that we need to keep.
Shout out to Coyote. It's the best time of the year for football. LMAO. Yeah, right. You're in the hopper, and who else? Coyote, when's my Bobby Boucher jersey going out? You want the Bobby Boucher jersey, huh? Bobby Boucher. I don't know, man. That's part of the set, bro. I don't know if I could do that. I think you can find them fairly cheap, the replicas. Coyote. Thank you so much, Coyote. Appreciate you. Never tag a player unless working on a long-term deal. Philly D, that's what we do, brother. That's the problem with the Cowboys. They put themselves in a position to spend a lot of money instead of just have a backbone. Randy, come up with a plan. Who's part of the future of this team? Who's not a part of the future of this team?
I agree. I agree.
You got to look a year down the road. Who are we keeping this year? Not that they're going to tell everybody, but who are we keeping this year and then going to make a post a June 1 potentially based on contract? They know these things, but again, sometimes I wonder if they really do have a long-term plan. I'm a little concerned that Mike is now going to play on a defense with a different defensive coordinator for the third year in a row, right? So
Right.
how do you get it? I mean, Osa had a big year. You would think he would be good in the Eberflus system since he likes to use utilize the three technique. He really needs a three technique. What's up, Marcus? How are you, brother? Marcus Blackman's in the house. Best time to watch chick flicks. Yeah, I've watched a few last couple of days. Oscar, remember I said Cincy just like Cowboys. Now Barrow's saying same thing, Micah. Oscar, exactly. They are exactly like the Cowboys. And when you're starting to be compared to the Cincinnati Bengals, you know you're in trouble as an organization because they're cheap, right, Randy?
Yeah, they've been cheap for years, and we so have we actually.
Philly D, look at the cap hit with Dak on the tag. Well, Philly D, I wouldn't say destroyed the cap, but yeah, it didn't help it. Yes. Coyote, defense is easier to pick up year to year than picking up brand new offense game time. Yeah, I agree, Coyote. It's just a little frustrating, but I like Eberflus. I watched Eberflus and Clayton Adams is on replay today. Their contracts, and it was nice. I mean, Eberflus really seems excited to be back, and that was the guy I wanted all along. And so I was happy that, as far as once we realized who our head coach was, I really did want Eberflus. So I'm glad we got him. And Clayton Adams, I'm excited. Did you hear what he said about being, obviously, listen, I know people are going to laugh when I say this, but he wants to play smash mouth, football, up front. And it's good to hear, Randy, that hopefully we're going to have a running game that actually does something. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
I think this guy, you know what I get a good sense of is freshness in the coaching area. I mean, just freshness altogether. It's
yeah,
a change that we've needed for 5 years. I'm sorry, but McCarthy never changed with what we needed
it's
to
very
change with.
stubborn and stuck in his ways. He was
Yes.
successful, but he didn't want to give in and say, well, okay, we could all get better, right? Even though we're good, we could all get better. And yes, Vinny, I did see the end of Cobra Kai. Very, very good. So I enjoyed it. Honorable mentions. This coaching staff will definitely have our boys ready for a run. Listen, it's ultimately going to come down to our GM helping out. Okay. He's going to need to get contracts done in a timely fashion. That's going to be the first. We need to all continue to voice our concern regarding that, because if not, then I don't think nothing's going to change, So that's what we got to do. We have to keep speaking out. Mike McCarthy didn't even do mandatory meetings. Mike McCarthy has always been a guy, Randy, who always accused of never really being there too often. He delegated maybe too much. So I don't know. Rico is the number 2 running back, needs help. Dustin, I'm okay with signing him on a 1-year deal, maybe a 2-year max. If he's going to sign a 2-year, $8 million deal, okay. Or like a 1-year, $3.5 million, $4 million, okay. If not, he can go play somewhere else. He's never stayed healthy. This is the first year he stayed healthy. He missed the first 7 games due to coaching error. Okay, whoever's fault it was, not to start Rico Dowdle, he still ended up with over 1,000 yards, which, okay. Like in 10 games, that's pretty impressive. That's what I want people to understand when they talk about how bad the offensive line is. I totally disagree. Yeah, it has a couple question marks. Yeah, absolutely, but it's not bad. It's in the upper half, definitely. Like I said, Rico had over 1,000 yards, and he only played in 10 games. So, yeah, that's pretty good. McCarthy was more like a coordinator than a head coach, Marcus Blackman. Yeah, he was more of a rah-rah guy, and all due respect to Mike McCarthy, the players liked him, but the players liked him because he was nice to them. He let them get away with stuff. I brought this up. You know, he let him stay at home the night before the home games, which I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. But yeah, Randy, McCarthy never really, he never really, you know,
Adjusted.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, here's the thing that we need to look forward to this year. If we start the season out where a lot less penalties on offense and defense, then you know it was a discipline problem with McCarthy. And that's something that we have to change. We can't keep having false starts and things like that.
yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I totally, agree because it seemed like they didn't learn from their mistakes. You know, they weren't getting better I mean, I don't know. It seemed like it was just a lack of adjusting at times. Chris Johnson,
Well,
our own line graded top 10 at Pro Football Focus. Yeah, Chris, I told you it was in the upper half. I didn't know it was quite that high. But I know it was pretty good. Again, it's not nowhere near what the Eagles and Detroit and real good offensive lines are. I get it. But I mean, we're better than average, believe it or not. And that was with a left tackle that was not good this year. So,
well, I think our new offensive line coach this year is going to pay dividends because the guy last year that we had on as offensive line coach, it seemed like the older guys kind of went down and the younger guys actually played better, except for Guyton. And I
right.
believe this guy's going to teach Guyton things that this other guy wasn't teaching.
Yeah, I really like Clayton Adams. I like what he had to say. If anybody hasn't seen it, go check out Clayton Adams on DallasCowboys.com. I mean, we can listen to it if you want, but I mean, it's, just go check it out for yourself. I like him. I like what I heard. I like the guy. He was a coveted guy. I'm glad he came to Dallas. I make these videos, right? Like I made 3 videos today, 2 of which are up now. One will be released tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern. I'll be commenting while watching it with you guys. It's a premiere, but you know, we get trolled a lot for why would anybody want to come to Dallas? Well, listen, it's a destination, people. You could sit there and crap. You could crap on Dallas all you want. People want to come to Dallas. Don't ask me why. I mean, I understand it may not be what it used to have been, but I got a lot of that today in some of the comments. I haven't had a chance to get back to them, but you assume that Dallas is a destination that players want to play with. Yeah, they all want to come to Dallas. How many times you see Randy that who do you want to play for? Dallas. Now, a lot of it is they know if they come to Dallas, all eyes are on them more than any place else they could possibly be. Some people can handle it, some people can't, but they do it for marketing and opportunities and money, basically. That's what it is. The more eyes on you, the
Mm-hmm.
more monies, the more endorsements. If you play well, sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact, even though they haven't won a Super Bowl. Again, I got a text from Ultra Cowboy today, and he's right. There's a Detroit Lion fan. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There's a Detroit Lion fan. Beloved Detroit sports fan leaving social media as long battle with cancer worsens. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see what article it is. And just realize that okay, yeah. I'll see if I can find it. But anyway, yeah. It's a shame because he was a Detroit Lion fan. It's probably his last chance for a Super Bowl. Lions
Yeah.
have never won a Super Bowl, and he's going to pass away on that. Like, I mean, look, come on. I mean, let's face it. It's embarrassing for Randy and I to sit here and say, "Oh, I'm going to be upset if we never win another one." Okay, yeah, it'll be not
Right.
good. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we saw it. My son hasn't seen shit. I mean, these younger
Mm-hmm.
people haven't won it. But for us, anybody over the age of 45 to complain about Dallas, you got issues. I'm sorry. It's
Hey,
just
if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, you think it was bad for us? Think about Cleveland.
yeah, exactly. I mean the Bengals, Cleveland. I mean, Bengals have been to Super Bowls. How about Buffalo? This was their year, in my opinion. Buffalo will be in the
Mm-hmm.
mix, but okay. I mean, at what point are they going to be chokers? At what point? because the Eagles just showed you that the Chiefs weren't that great, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Me and Randy called it. I was surprised that it was as easy as it looked, but we knew that Eagles were the better team. Eagles got the job done. I think the Eagles were the better team a couple of years ago, and they lost.
I do too.
So
I do too.
realistically, I just want our defensive line to get home with only 4. Well, honorable mention, that's exactly the key. Look at the Eagles. That's what our teams used to do back in the 90s. You would get pressure with our front 4, and you made stars out of guys like Larry Brown, Kevin Smith. You made stars out of guys. What's his name? The guy who hit a TO off the star. You had Thomas Everett.
Teague.
Yeah, you got George Teague. You got Thomas Everett. We got in a trade from the Steelers. It was good, but it wasn't great. But your defense looks a lot better when your defensive secondary is a lot better when they don't have to cover for more than 3 seconds. You know what I mean? It's like the longer you cover, it's rough. So,
well, I like the video you put out today on Alexander. I would love to bring him here.
Yeah, I was. This is the time of year, Randy, where you read articles, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, DallasCowboys.com can't talk about it, but I can. Jair Alexander, he just turned 28 in February. Yes, he's been riddled with injuries, but nothing to the effect of what we've been dealing with our corners. We need corners, Randy. I'm starting to hear, rumors that we're going to take the corner at 12, and it's like, okay, I don't want to have to reach. This is what I'm talking about.
I don't want him at 12.
I mean, if we have to reach, and the Ultra said that Broadus is talking, what's his name? Broadus is Nolan Smith, or not Nolan Smith.
Oh, yeah.
The
Nolan,
Mississippi
the defensive
guy.
tackle.
Yeah. Not at 12. Are you absolutely off your rocker? Walter Nolan, is that his name? Walter Nolan?
Yes.
No way. The dude is not very consistent at all.
That's when you trade down. You trade down if you're going to do that.
I mean, that's what I said. Trade down. Get a wide receiver. So, it's just it's a little ridiculous to me, honestly.
Well, what I would like to do in free agency is go out and get a really good linebacker, the Chiefs linebacker that's going to be free agent.
Somebody, yeah.
And then maybe get a defensive tackle.
Nick Bolton, yes.
Yes, and then get a defensive tackle, and then get a cornerback. Then you can play offense in your whole draft.
Yeah, if you get a different backs, I think get a.
Sorry, Momo, I muted you because I could hear. We could hear the broadcast. Kinlaw could be a very good pick for Dallas. There you go, Philly D. That's another name. I don't know how he fits. I'd have to look into it. I mean,
sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Is that Javon or Drake, Brian?
Javon.
Yeah, he with the Jets last year.
Yeah, I remember him when he played in North Carolina State. He was an All-American. And then interest came to hunt him.
Yeah, well, Oscar says Nolan is good when he plays, but takes a lot of plays off. Yeah, and that's what a lot of players of his ilk that are not going to get drafted, that in my opinion shouldn't be drafted in the first round. I'm sorry, he should not be. They say, well, listen, I'm going to pull up Dane Brugler's top 100. As everybody knows, he's with the Athletic. I use the Beast every year. I tweak it a little bit for, the players I like more. But media shared, there we go. I don't know where he's at, but let me just rattle off some of the top 100. We could go over it, okay? And we'll just go slowly. We'll go through it. Now, he has Travis Hunter as the number 1 overall prospect in this draft. 6 foot, 181, junior out of Colorado. Any argument to that from the panel that's with us or in the chat?
Oh,
No. Go ahead, Thomas.
Cop Hills was going off about it last night. He
What
said
was-
he didn't. He said he didn't want either Hunter or Dion's son.
yeah.
Brian and gentlemen, what's up?
What's up, Jesse?
How you doing?
I'm
you
getting
cool,
your stuff
guys?
together. You'll have your stuff. I think you got.
I have no problem.
Oh, Momo,
because
real quick. I emailed you. Send me your information, please. It'll be out in the mail.
Okay,
right,
when did
yeah.
you email me?
I emailed you this afternoon.
Okay, I'll check it.
All right, that's cool. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, my opinion is that he should be number one. He's the best athlete, the best player in the draft.
We're
Period.
And he can play both ways.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
why would anybody don't want
He can
something?
get injured both
The
ways.
defensive. He's not injury prone. He's not injury prone. He's not injury prone.
Hey, honorable mention. This is the Zoom a crew. I pinned the channel memberships up at the top. Just read through it. There's two different tiers. There's a $2.99 and a $4.99 tier. That's the Zoom crew. I do a lot of Zooms a week, so you'll be a part of the Zoom calls if you want. But it is for the channel members. But we welcome you. We hope that you do that. I think we're up to like 60 channel members. So I did give like 10 away. So probably 10 realistic. I mean, a 51 to be sure. But we'd love to have you, honorable mention. Go get yourself a Zoom crew membership, and you could be a part of it. But so yeah. So what is your opinion? Tom, okay, he's gone. Randy, what do you
No, I'm
think?
not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So you like
Go-
Travis Hunter as the number one overall?
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Let me see how this combine play out.
Yeah, I don't have him number one overall.
Because like I told you a while back, the combine, our opinion about these players, it's all good and everything, but this combine is what's gonna trick everybody, because you're gonna have that one player who's going to surprise all of us. You're gonna always have that one player every year during the
What's up,
combine.
Ron?
It surprise everybody. It's just like last year.
Water tonight,
Xavier
Dustin.
Worthy,
Can I respond to the combine statement where everybody gets caught up? The combine is the biggest joke in the NFL because a lot of these players who go to the combine and they show out in the combine, they're not very good when they get on the team. The combine is not going to, because you get the tape don't lie. The tape don't lie. The combine is just another version of track and field. The tape don't lie.
Don't tell me, tell all the owners and execs.
I know what I'm saying, and what you said, that let's see him in the combine.
I know what you're saying.
The tape don't lie.
The combine don't check somebody's heart on it knows how the game flows. A linebacker knows how to flow side to side. He doesn't depend on how high he can jump. He's a football player.
Exactly. That's my point about the combine. They doing these measurements of how big your hand is, how big your head is.
Well, the only thing I would say is this, Momo. Don't use the combine. Remember Anthony Mandarich or Tony Mandarich? Who was the guy out of Boston College? I always forget his name. That the Eagles drafted, and he was a total bust. Who was it?
Oh, you're talking
Mike
about Tony
Mamula.
Mandarich in Green Bay.
Yeah, I
Green
know.
Bay.
Yeah, he was steroid freak. But Mike Mamula, right? He was
Oh,
a combine
I remember that.
warrior. And
He was a joke.
I would say this. The combine, Momo, in my opinion, can be a help, okay? Because sometimes you see a guy on tape, like there's a guy out of Iowa State, the wide receiver, Higgins. Is that his name, Randy? Higgins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jaden Higgins.
Yeah,
Iowa
Higgins.
State.
Yeah, he's a big
I'm familiar
boy.
with him. I'm familiar.
Another famous bust would be Johnny Manziel.
But my thing is, we're all waiting to see because he doesn't look fast, right? He doesn't look
Right.
fast. So we need to see what he runs. Now, I agree
But
with
you
you.
know, my thing is, if you have a no name, what I was trying to say before I was interrupted,
Sorry.
you can have a no name. You can have a no name who go to the combine and kick ass. Boom! After the combine,
Mm.
Joe Smo just made himself a first round draft
You
choice.
mean Mr. Irrelevant?
That's what I was going to try to say.
Well, you said it. You said it, my man. You said it. You said it well too. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I like. Listen, I like Travis Hunter, but he's a smaller guy for me. 6 foot, 181. He's a great player. I'm not sitting there taking away from it, but it just comes with risk to me. I mean, are you going to play him at receiver? I mean, how many snaps can you really play in the NFL going up against the best and stay healthy? I just is he. I mean, what's he going to play?
He's
Ron.
going to play DB, and they might have maybe 1 or 2 plays in the season. I don't care what he says, what Dion thinks he's supposed to be. He's never, no NFL cornerback or player is going to play both sides of the ball crazy number of snaps. That's just insane. You risking injuries in a
So
high
dirty.
level.
Look,
You
Hunter
risk
more
injury.
likely will probably be either in defense, more defense than off. He might be using for a backup if the quarterback gets injured, but that's what I'd do.
Yeah, V Stradamus says it right too. Because most players train solely for the combine to look even better than what they are. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, you have to show first that you're a great football player. Then you use the combine to, okay. Like, you want to see certain traits. Not so much for the guys like Travis Hunter, but for the guys later in the draft who.
Oh yeah, down the 5th round, the 4th
Like, you're
round,
trying to
3rd round, yeah.
find a guy on a defensive line that maybe his 3-cone is ridiculous. You know, it's like, oh, okay, he's unbelievably fast and violent in a short area. His tape is up and down. And then you go to your coaches and your scouts and you make your evaluation. All right, we're going to move on. Abdul Carter is number 2. Now, I would personally put him as my number 1, but doesn't matter. I know Travis Hunter has a lot of fans. I'm not going to crap on Travis Hunter. He's a very talented kid. Abdul Carter, 6'3", 250. His weight was, oh, my God, he's going to be too light. Now, he came in good. So, your thoughts on Abdul Carter, everybody?
Hey, he's solid.
Yeah.
The people are hoping that he's the next Micah Parsons is what this is all
That's
about.
a lot to ask, but maybe he's
Yes,
better.
it is.
Maybe he's
And that's
better.
the problem. You know, honestly, this draft, it's hard to
Bosa
read
right
any
away
of
while
these
you're at it.
players. This draft is so hard to read. You look at every player, you'd think, well, he's going to be good, I believe, but I'm not sure. You know, this draft is as hard to read as I've ever seen.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is. This draft is going to be very unpredictable. You don't know who's going where.
And
And
I
you
don't
don't know how good they are.
I don't think Abdul Carter is a finished product either. People act like
No,
he's
he's
really.
not.
I just think he's the best overall. But I
Edge
don't know.
rusher.
I think he might. I mean, he could possibly disappoint.
Shouldn't he?
What's
So
up, Tommy?
okay, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Is he a junior right now?
Yeah, he's a junior.
Yeah, he's the junior.
Yes.
Well, I always felt like he should have stayed another year because I don't think he's completely developed. But
Well, that's the
I
thing.
understand.
Well, Momo, you gotta balance what.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, money comes into it, right?
Yeah, of course.
So that's the thing. Yeah, in a perfect world, he would stay, but their agents, God forbid, he has a catastrophic injury
They
like
take
a
a portal and
Jalen.
get a decent amount of money.
Like
He's
if he
going
has a
to get
Jalen
money
Smith
right
type
now.
injury, then he's in trouble. So
Yeah, he's going to get that money right now.
Yeah,
and I don't blame him.
understand.
Moving
I don't
on to
blame
number
him.
3, I was very surprised at this, but
I
I
am
trust
too.
my guy, Dane Brugler. Again, very, very knowledgeable. All the GMs, most of the GMs has his beast. That's his final draft ratings. They all have it in the war room. Most teams do. Jalon Walker, edge, 6'2", 245, kind of a smaller guy. Another junior. I mean, we're talking junior. Jalon Walker, he cannot play linebacker, Randy. He is an edge rusher.
That's what we've said all along. And you know what? I hate to tell Cowboy fans this, but they really like this guy.
I like him too, but do I want him with Micah? I mean, I don't know. If I got some studs in the middle, maybe, I guess. I mean,
yeah, we've got to work on the middle of the line.
Yeah.
We can't worry about edge right now. We have to have defensive tackles.
Yeah. Very surprised. Go ahead, Thomas.
We got to work on our interior, huh?
I mean,
Yes.
what's your thought on Jalon Walker?
We got to work on our interior.
Yeah, I'm just not for the Cowboys. I just mean in general. Jalon Walker, I was surprised that that's his number 3 overall.
Well, what do you expect, Brian? The guy's of Georgia.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good player. He's just
He is a good player. I just don't think that he covers well, and you can't put him at linebacker and put a back on him. They'll run him. They'll run by him.
Yeah. They'll run by him, you know.
Said all
Running
along.
back, go ahead.
He's an edge, and that's it. I mean, I don't hear this. He's a linebacker. He is an edge.
he can't play. He can't. Well, let's put it this way: Jalon Walker can't backpedal. So if you can't backpedal, then you're not a linebacker.
No, he's straight edge. He's straight edge.
Yeah. Honorable mention. There is a link, but you got to be a channel member to access it. Please help out. Honorable mention. He wants to get in here. Hey, Mr. Game Time. Miguel, what's going on, brother? All right, let's move on to number 4. Mason Graham. There he is. Another junior. I mean, this is why you come out. 6'3", 320. Mason Graham is a beast.
Yes, he is.
I mean, in a perfect world, he will be sitting there for us at 12. But yeah, your thoughts?
Well, if he's sitting there and Genty's sitting there, who do you take?
I'm taking Graham. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know that they will. I'll take Mason Graham. But Mason Graham has no shot at this point from what I'm gathering.
He's going at 5.
He's going. What's up, Jimbo? What's going on,
He's
brother?
going early.
Oh, I would love to have Mason Graham in my G-Men.
Yeah, that would be a good move for y'all.
Yeah, Miguel. You're in Arlington, huh? That's awesome, bro. Me and Mark Holmes and Primetime Phil were in. We went to the Eagle game and saw that massacre. But yes, all is quiet. All is quiet.
Yeah, I was in Arlington last month.
Yeah, all is quiet.
See that Commander game.
Ashton Genty, number 5 overall talent. Now, what do you notice so far before we get into Ashton Genty? What do you notice? No quarterbacks, right?
Ooh,
no quarterbacks.
No.
And that's the way it should be.
I see him. I see him going on Raiders.
That's who I see.
No, this isn't a mock draft. This is just an overall ranking of players from 1 to 100. This isn't a mock draft.
Okay.
All right.
Because I don't believe Ashton Gently going to be. I think he's going down the line. He's not going to be in there at number 5.
But what I'm saying is he's rating the top talents in the draft. Like,
okay, I got you.
Like he has a big board, and this is what we were saying. Like quarterbacks get elevated. You know, that's the problem. Hey, shit. I'm sorry. I can see your comment. I got to go back. Hey, Game Time. This is a big week for me. Weekend is my mom's funeral memorial service, and my family and I are finishing up the arrangements. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. It's going to be a tough day, but it's a day that is needed, Aisha, to have a bit of closure for you. She'll always be in your heart, Aisha, and just remember, you will see each other again. So you need to look at it that way.
Coyote from your lips to God's ears.
Yeah, I mean, she's in a better place, Aisha. So just you got to think of it that way. But yeah, this is just a 1 to 100. But I'll just say every year there are guys elevated because of need, right, Randy? We talk about staying away from need, going out in free agency or a trade, and going out and getting a corner, which is why we talked about a Jair Alexander. It makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. Will they do it? I don't know. But we got two guys that are injured. Go get yourself a cornerback over and above bringing back Jordan Lewis, just because you don't know. That way you don't have to take a corner with the number 12 pick, because you start, like you pigeonhole yourself into having to take a position, then that's horrible. Ashton Genty, like I said, was number 5 in the overall big board. Another junior, top 5 players.
All juniors.
Yep.
All juniors.
Will Campbell, offensive tackle, LSU, 6'6", 319. Another junior.
Front line.
Yeah, but he's another guy. He's good, but a lot of
He's going to be a guard.
He may be a guard, right?
We better not take another old lineman in the first round.
I don't want that, Thomas. I don't want it.
I don't want that, man. We draft him in the first round and then Stephen Jones. Well, we want to wait 2 years because we want to make the project out of. Man, sit your sis ass down.
The only way I would want it, Thomas, is if we went out and were unbelievably aggressive and he fell to us or something, and Genty was gone and Graham was gone and, and McMillan's gone. Then it's like, okay, then if we were if we handled a lot of we got Micah resigned, we resigned players, maybe, but I definitely would not be happy with that.
We wouldn't be happy with it.
Number 7, Tet McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. Another junior. Tet McMillan, 6'5", 210.
I like Tet McMillan.
Not the fastest guy. Not the fastest guy.
Yeah, but he catches the ball.
Yeah. He got some hands on him.
And he runs good routes.
That's
Yes,
the
he's
thing,
a good route.
Momo. You nailed it. He runs routes and he goes and attacks the ball. He's not fast.
Yeah,
So
He
this
has
is going to be something, Thomas, and I'll let you talk, brother. This is like the combine, Momo. This is where it could make or break. I mean, he's going to go high, but it could skyrocket him to be an absolute. He's already a top 10 pick, but some people, I don't think he's going to slip, but he could hurt himself. I don't know exactly what he's going to do, but I'm curious to see what he runs. Go ahead, Thomas.
I saw him a lot when he played in the Pac-12. When they show games at the midnight here.
Yeah.
When they were the Arizona Wildcats. Yeah. He's a beast.
Yeah, I like him. I like Tet McMillan. Again, he would be, I think if I'm ranking players that could drop this at 12, it would be McMillan as my number 1. It would be Mason Graham, then Ashton Genty. So Genty would be 3rd out of 3 for me. Just Mason Graham would be great, but I think Tet McMillan, he would be my number 1 choice. He would come right in, play the X opposite CD, and it would be perfect. Mason Graham would come right in, and that's what you want. With your first round pick, you want somebody to come right in and be an impact. Day one. Don't give me.
You want him to be a Lego player. Just stick him right in there.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. Now, this next guy, Armand Membao out of Missouri. Now, he has him ranked number 8th, okay? He does have him ranked number 8th, and Dane knows his shit. Yet another junior, 6'4", 332. He's a beast, but he's not well known. I mean, Dane has him ranked really high. Now, again, I don't know. It's going to be one of those deals where each team is going to have somebody rated higher or lower, depending. I was surprised at this, Randy. Dane has Shamar Stewart ranked number 9 overall.
No way.
6'5", 281.
No way.
You can have him. You can have him. He's
Another junior.
He takes plays off.
A lot of them do.
Send him to USFL.
So I was surprised to see that, but I'm sure as the draft gets closer, you'll hear Dane talk about him more. Number 10, Ty Warren. It's funny because I brought him up, and now a lot of
Yeah, he's
people are
rising.
6'6",
I heard of him.
255. He's the first senior
Yeah.
to be drafted. I mean, I ask you guys, if we're all wiped out, would you take Ty Warren? I don't think they would take Tyler Warren.
Hey Brian,
Yes.
I can vouch for that because living here in Philly, I am right next to Temple. I've heard a lot about this fool.
Yeah. I like Tyler Warren. I do.
I will say this: if you're a Cowboy fan and we've been wiped out, don't be surprised if the Colts trade up with us one spot or two spots and take Ty Warren. Don't
Come on,
be
the first
surprised.
round.
Yeah, we trade down two spots and
Thanks,
they
Miguel.
take Ty
Appreciate
Warren.
you, brother.
Well, first things first, you got to tie up Jerry Jones and put a muzzle on before you do that.
Here we go here. Now, this next one really surprised me. He's got Colston Loveland. Now, again, he's not saying this is where they're going. He's saying just based on talent, Colston Loveland is his 11th rated player. Another tight end. 6'5", 245. Now we go back to a junior. We had two seniors.
Nice target.
And now we go back to a junior out of Michigan. Michigan is just pumping out a lot of good players, whether we like them or not.
So is Ohio State.
Thanks, Dustin. Appreciate you, brother. So yeah, interesting. Mike Green, there he is. There's our guy. There's the guy who excites me. I mean, obviously you got Genty, Mason Graham, and Tet McMillan. But this guy
Your
here,
mystery cousin, Brian.
he's what?
Your mystery cousin.
Well, I spell my name with an E, but yes, I get what you're saying. Mike Green, I like the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ron, I really like him. Now, what does that mean? It says R and then SO. Is that red shirt? What does that mean?
Red shirt sophomore.
Yeah, redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, it says too many people are hung up on Green's size instead of appreciating his edge speed, play violence, and the ways in which he impacts the game. He has serious juice as a pass rusher to bend, capture the corner, and finish at the quarterback.
Put him in the linebacker's position.
Nah, he's an edge rusher. He's a beast.
They can put him on the edge
Mark
and let him
Hudson.
go.
Good evening, man. Thank you. I wanted to go back and just read Shamar. I didn't realize they had these drop arrows. I want to go back and read Shamar Stewart and just to compare. Stewart explodes out of his stance and is capable of creating immediate knockback or winning high stride up the field burst flexibility. He is the type of prospect who will test the traits over production slogan. So he's basically agreeing with you. His traits are unbelievable. His production is spotty. So, but his tape shows a far more disruptive player than his numbers suggest. So, again, I'm not saying go get Shamar Green. I like Mike Green over Shamar Stewart, but Shamar Stewart brings that prototypical size. But I think
he could drop too, Brian.
I mean, I think Mike Green is just going to be an explosive edge rusher that the tackles are going to have a hard time getting to. I really do. So I'm kind of would not be upset if we got, Mike Green. Sorry, I'm writing a super chat. I like Mike Green.
Mm-hmm.
But why would you want another edge rusher?
Well, D Law's gone. We only have. I mean, who do we have? We got. I mean, again, this is what I would say, Momo. You got to take the best players. You got to get.
Yeah, true.
You just got to get football players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
So if he's the best guy, Coyote Nealon. I like Marshawn Nealon, but he might not. I mean, I don't know. He's gonna be edge rusher, but he's not. He don't have a lot of moves. He's just a very
it's raw,
and he doesn't have a lot of bend to him. So, Yeah, it is what it is. Will Johnson, number 13, 6'2", 200, another junior. Will Johnson, cornerback. We're starting to hear Will Johnson to the Cowboys at 12. I don't know that I would be into that.
I'm not into that at all.
Because he might get his technique better because he gets
You really want that?
And I hear he's not going to run fast, and that's going to kill his stock.
Well, yeah, we're gonna see.
Yeah.
And here,
he's not very good technique, Brian.
No,
I don't think I mean, he will get drafted by somebody because everybody think they could teach somebody better. But his
Giants.
But his way he covered the receivers is horrible because it's kind of bad.
Yeah, it says after an All-American sophomore season, which included defensive MVP honors in the national championship, Johnson put up an up and down play on his a 2024 tape before missing most of his final season due to injuries.
So he's the quarterback from Michigan, right?
Yeah, Johnson is comfortable in both press and off coverage, which is good. With
injury though.
With fluid athleticism and route recognition to seamlessly transition attack the football.
I think he had that big year. In the second year, he wasn't playing as hard on the field. This is before his injuries. Before he got hurt, he was not pressing. He was not having that year he had before. Because a lot of times he's young, so he felt, when you get an MVP, you say you don't work as hard as you did the year before. That's what I believe would happen to him.
Malachi Starks, he has number 14. He's another guy I'm not the highest on. I was earlier on until I found out more about him. 6'1", 205.
Georgia boy.
Yeah, his length, athleticism, and recognition skills. Starks is a strong space defender and plays confident in all aspects of coverage and run support. I guess he's more of an in-the-box type of guy.
Yes, they said that the other day.
So, okay, I don't think we really need that type of guy. We kind of have a Donovan Wilson.
Yep.
But number 15, our first quarterback, goes off the board in Cam Ward.
We'll take him.
I actually think Cam Ward is the best quarterback in this draft.
I do too.
I think he's better than Sanders.
More mobile.
Well, I think I just think I think he has a higher ceiling. Again, I don't agree with these player ratings. Yeah, Ron, you don't have to. That's fine. Again, this is Dane Brugler, who's been one of the best.
Damn, Brian, I can't see how far he's dropped. I mean, I thought we'd be able, my team would pick him up.
Well, no. He is going at the top of the draft. Again, this is just.
Excuse me.
Like we already said, that the quarterbacks get elevated because of the position. Like he's just ranking his top 100 players. If you need a quarterback,
I just come on late.
If you need a quarterback, it'll be Cam Ward. And
yeah, definitely.
And then I'm not going to go too much further, but he has Michael Williams, number 16. I like Michael Williams, yet another Georgia player, 6'5", 265 edge rusher out of Georgia. Just looking at it, consistent production was absent from his tape in 2024. So he's yet another inconsistent junior. I believe we'll be fine if we can get rid of the injury bug. Hopefully it's nowhere near what it was this past season. Thanks, Mark. I'm going to go through a few more. I'll just quickly go through the rest. But,
question, Brian. Did any of your guys in Dallas got franchised? Because they got a dumpster fire going over there in Cincinnati.
Yeah, no. The only body who might would be Osa, but nobody yet.
No, today was the first day for franchise tags.
Ron, again, Ward's going to go at the top of the draft. See, I know.
T. Higgins got tagged.
He did?
Who?
I heard he did.
Who got tagged?
I heard he got tagged.
He didn't. Not yet, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not yet. No, Ron, these this is just rankings. Like this particular scout is just ranking every player. He's not saying where they're going to be drafted. Cam Ward's going to go 1, 2, or 3, obviously.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. Now you got Josh Simmons, right? In number 17 on his big board. Like when you're making the board for the draft, this is going to be his board. He's a senior. He's the best probably left tackle on the draft, but he's dealing with some injuries. So
already getting injury prone.
well,
Jesus.
he's dealing with some injuries. Yes, I actually like. I'm just literally going to go through. You got Tyler Booker. Really like the player, guard out of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tyler Booker, if all fails and you have to trade down, you could end up with the Tyler Booker, and he would be a plug and play at right guard for 8 to 10 years. I
big
like.
hits.
That's
We
what
talked
my
about
body
him.
like.
Then you got Derek Harmon, 6'5", 310. He's another junior. He's one of my favorite defensive linemen in this draft. Again, very athletic. I think his stock's only going to rise when he gets to the combine. But Derek Harmon, 19. And Luther Burden rounds out the top 20 out of Missouri. And
everybody has an opinion.
Yeah. So, Mizzou, it's this again, Ron. It's not a draft, brother. This isn't a draft.
Top 15, top 20 people.
Actually, he has 100. This isn't a draft. This is just his rankings of each player. So, and then you got James Pierce, Kelvin Banks Jr., Jihad Campbell, Emeka Egbuka, Shedeur Sanders. He has rated as not going number 25th. I mean, Shedeur's not going past 3.
No.
Kenneth Grant, Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Nick Imanwari, South Carolina, Walter Nolan. I just wanted to get to the first, just through the first round. Walter Nolan, who they're talking at Dallas at 12, Dane has as a bottom of the first round type of talent, where Mozzie Smith
I can see you guys doing that.
Walter Nolan, 6'3", 300. He's a junior.
I see you guys doing that.
Donovan Azuariye, Azaruku, whatever the hell his name is, out of Florida State.
Is Iraq cool?
Josh Connerly out of Oregon, offensive tackle, and Chavon Ravel, who's also dealing with injuries. He's a tall corner. So that's not a mock draft, people. I'm just, you guys are getting too caught up. That's Dane's first round mock. Maybe that's his first round. That's his top 32 players. That's his top 32 ranked players. You could take whoever you want. I mean, he's going to have a mock draft where you're going to see Shedeur Sanders, you probably go number 3 to the Giants. I know you want, Jesse, you want a Cam Ward, right?
Oh, yes, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who Mad Dog wants.
I think
him and let's say as a receiver.
I think y'all are going to have to trade up to get Cam Ward.
I seriously think so.
And what was that game you had to win that was so unbelievable? Yeah.
Remind me, please. I want to jump off a bridge after that.
That was ridiculous, man.
I'm like yelling at the TV. Almost broke the TV. What are you doing?
When they did that, I was annoyed. I was really annoyed.
Yeah.
So
that was a game where Cop Pills just went crazy.
All right, here we go, Ron. This is for you, brother. This is for you. We're gonna do a mock draft since you want an actual
Thank you.
mock draft.
At least to calm him down.
All right, mock draft. Here we go. We're gonna go back and analyze what happened. We're gonna hide the trades. Okay, number 1 went Abdul Carter. Number 2 went Travis Hunter. Number 3 went Cam Ward to the Giants.
Woo!
Will Campbell went number 4. Mason Graham went to the Jets. Shedeur Sanders, who I think is a perfect fit for the Raiders.
I do too.
That's just a real good fit.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Williams to the Jags. Will Johnson corner. I like that. Get him
I
off
can see
the
Deion
board.
go right over there too.
Tet McMillan goes to Kellen Moore. Nice, you lucky prick.
Mm-hmm.
Number 9 gets Tet McMillan. Number 10 is James Pierce Jr. Number 11 is Kelvin Banks, which makes a lot of sense for the 49ers. And Dallas is on the clock. Dallas is on the clock. Let's see who we got. Oh, we got Ashton Genty, Malachi. We got Malachi Starks. We got Tyler Warren, Luther Burden, Tyler.
Brian,
Booker.
if you do not get Ashton Genty, you guys better go ahead and.
Why would they get Ashton Genty? I don't think he's
the
a
best
go.
one right there in the group.
Yeah, but I don't think he's that running back.
Egbuka's. I mean, they're all there. So let's look at the trades. Let's just look at the trades. We can get 30, 56, and 62. So we'd have to drop from 12 to 30.
Don't want that.
Don't want that. 37, 68.
Draft him and then send him to somebody else.
37, 68, 73, and Las Vegas Raiders second in 2026 and Las Vegas third in 2026. That's the only 2 trade offers on the board. We're not doing that, right?
No.
So it's either this Buffalo trade where we drop to 30 or we just draft. What do you want to do?
Oh. And also, I think Ashton Gently, we watched the teams they play, because college football has they don't play really tough. These schools don't play tough teams anymore. They got a lot of several teams in there. They don't soft teams. They don't play. So I don't know. I don't see him going to the Cowboys.
What are we doing here, Randy? We're drafting. We're gonna draft.
We're drafting.
So who are we drafting?
You know who we're drafting?
We're Ashton Genty?
Yes.
All right. Genty, here we go.
Hey, if you don't want him, we'll take him.
No. Now, let's see who was on the board at 30, because we're going to go back. Let's hide the trade. Let's go back and see who the Eagles took. Eagles took... Oh, wait. Eagles traded. Eagles traded up. Oh, of course they did.
Uh-oh.
Of course they did. Eagles traded up to number 25 to get linebacker Jalon Walker out of who?
That's a great move. That's a great move.
Another Georgia pick, fuckers. But let's see let's see who was there at 30. Jade Barron, Mike Green, edge out of Marshall. I don't think he'll be there, but
no, I don't.
Well, Howie grabbing his crotch and shaking it at Jerry.
Kenneth Grant was there. All right, so it is what it is. Marion Hampton is gone. But we don't need a running back. We just took one. So, all right. Who's on the board? We got Tyleek Williams, Xavier Watts, Trey Harris, Jack Sawyer, JT Tuimalau, Caleb Johnson. We don't need that. Deion Walker. TJ Sanders.
It's a trade pick.
Well, we could look and see we could look at the trade offers. 61, and we get a second next year. That's not really okay.
No.
69, and we get a second and a 6, and no, we're not doing that. So we're gonna.
Well, I didn't know this, Brian, that the Carolina Panthers re-signed Dalton.
Yes, for 2 years.
Yep. 2-year deal, $8 million.
Xavier Watts, I really like the player. Yeah, we could do something different. But what are we thinking here? Let's look at it. We got ourselves a running back. Wide receiver. You got Trey Harris is really the next guy. And then we could wait a little bit. Let's see here. Tight ends. Mason Taylor. Offensive
need
tackle.
another receiver, though.
Yeah, but not at this spot necessarily. Defense, edge rusher. You got Jack Sawyer, JT, Prince Umanmielen, Kyle Kennard, but it's a little early for them. Let's see. Defensive tackle. You got Tyleek Williams. 6'3". I don't know what they think. He's a versatile lineman. The day 2 potential. He boasts impressive mobility strength. You got Tyleek Williams. What's that?
Tyleek Williams. Names keeps popping up.
Yeah. You got Linebacker, Barrett Carter. You got Carson Schlesinger. Again, it's a little high. You got corner. To me, it's either Xavier Watts.
Higgins.
No, to me, it's either Xavier Watts, defensive tackle, or edge rusher. To me, it's a defensive player.
I think it's defensive tackle. You got to fix that middle before you do anything.
So, okay. So which one?
Zeke Williams. He's a big boy. He stands his ground.
I told you, all roads lead back to Williams.
All right, we're gonna go Tyreek. In this particular mock, he's a 28th ranked. So we got Tyreek Williams. We'll go back and see who the Eagles picked. I think the Eagles didn't have a second because they had a
No, I think they got screwed over. Didn't they?
Well, they're in that trade up. Yeah, in that trade up. So, all right, we're on the board again. So we got Ashton Genty and Tyreek Williams. Needs are still aplenty. We need wide receiver. We need edge rusher.
You need the Salvation Army.
We need offensive tackle, offensive center. Let's see. We got Kyle Kennard is there. You got Tez Johnson's there. Jalen Royals.
I like both of them, Royals and
Jared Ivy's there.
Like Ivy too.
Yeah, Josiah Stewart.
Yeah, he's a good player too.
You got Arroyo, the tight end. You got Jack Besh. See, just remember, this is our last pick for a while. There's no trade offers on the board, so we need to make this one count. So, if you want a wide receiver, now's the time. It's going to be Tez Johnson, or Jack
Besh.
Good addition
for you though, Brian.
Yeah, I like Jack Besh too.
Timothy is on fire right now. I don't know if you guys have been in that realm. Ninja Turtles is killing it in the comic book.
I don't know what that was, but yeah. So I mean, if we're going wide receiver here, it's either Tez Johnson. They got Jalen Royals. To me personally, it's either Tez Johnson or Jack Besh.
I agree with you. Either one.
I would probably go Tez myself. Offensive tackle, no. Offensive guard, not
I
really.
go with Ted Jones.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, that's if we're going there. If we're going defense, then it's you got Kyle Kennard or Jared Ivy.
I like both of them players.
You got Jordan Birch, Brady Swinson. I mean, there's a lot of edge rushers.
Well, the major problem, guys, is you guys got a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah. So again, let's see, safety. Who's there? Nothing. A little too early for safety. If you look, Randy. This is why I was talking Jair Alexander. Because you see, there's not many corners in this draft that I really like. So
or linebackers.
Yeah, I was listening to you this morning. I was on my way to the Jair Alexander.
Yeah, it's either Tez or Besh or Kennard or Ivy.
Yeah.
Plus, he's still young,
do you want to roll the dice and go with defense here? And
I think what we need to do is go offense. I think we got to add to that offense to scare people more. I think.
Then let's go Tez Johnson. Man.
Yeah, I agree.
Because remember, we did
you only really have one damn good receiver.
We did get the wide receiver. We did get the wide receiver coach from Oregon. So let's go with Tez Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's just see. You know what I mean? Let's just see what happens. I think the Eagles got. Well, I'll wait till it's over. I think the Eagles got Scatterboo. Yeah, Momo, if you can hear me, send me your name and email me your address. We're working on your bobblehead now. All right, so let's look and see who went. Let's see who the Eagles took and the Giants. I know. Sorry,
Off
yeah,
the offensive
Jesse.
line.
Giants took Will Howard, quarterback out of Ohio State. Okay.
Quarterback?
Cam
yeah,
Scatterboo went to the Birds.
Oh,
Yeah,
He
okay.
played in his home state then.
Yes, he is. All right, we are on the board. We took
man, what a
Ashton
compliment to
Genty.
Bucky's. Oh my God.
We took Ashton Genty, Tyleek Williams, and Tez Johnson. So let's look at all. Okay, so I mean, like, what do we need? If we look at defensive end, okay, there's really, you're gonna have to.
I know. I
They
just
were
seen
wiped
somebody.
out.
Yeah, Darius Alexander's no way gonna be there at 120 something or 130, whatever he's listed at.
Or is that at?
He's defensive tackle.
Oh yeah,
Because we're gonna have to double down on that position and running back. We're
You got the Georgia linebacker. I don't know Samuel Mondin. He likes physical guys. I don't know that that's the guy. See, this is where that really killed us. That really killed us. Nick Nash, wide receiver. Oh, we already got a wide receiver. So you want to go defensive tackle?
Well, I'm just saying that if Darius Alexander is there in the 5th round, which there's no way he's
right. We'll let him go then. So.
Yes.
Elijah Roberts, SMU. Let's see.
How about tight ends? What's in tight end?
Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame. Jalen Conyers out of Texas Tech. Not a whole lot there.
Yeah.
Yep,
you might want to think about your O-line though, guys. Remember, you have to take the quarterback.
Yeah. I know. That's what I was thinking too.
That's the problem.
The guy got
having so many
major injuries, man.
Yeah.
The guys we're looking at now are way down the line.
Yeah.
You see Willie Lampkin, he's up there. He's a center / guard. He weighs 278. He's a wrestling champion, but he's only like I said, he's 278. He reminds me a lot of the small center we used to have back in the glory days. I can't think of his name. Yeah, Stepnoski. And he's not getting enough pub, but I think he's going to be a sneaky good pick for somebody.
He got that wrestling background. It could help a lot.
He's a championship wrestler.
Yeah.
So you see how
hell, I pick him up just for shits and giggles.
Because most of your centers are wrestlers. Most of your centers and defensive tackles.
Mm-hmm. What do they have at cornerback?
Jabbar Muhammad out of Oregon. Tommy Hill, Nebraska. Jacob Parrish out of Kansas State. Noel Williams out of California. Again,
this draft don't get after the 4th or 5th round. The draft gets weak.
Yeah.
Noel Williams, there he is. He's probably not going to be there either.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop this here. I took Darius Alexander, but this is what happens when you don't trade down, people. This is the kind of draft you're looking at. Yeah, you're happy with Genty, you're happy with Tyleek, you're happy with Tez, even though Tez has a long way to go. He's not a polished guy. He can get open just because he's so fast, but that's what could happen. So let's just do another one real quick. And that one's tough. Hopefully we get better drafting because that was rough. Let's see here. One more and then we'll get out of here. Eagles want to come up. Just real quick. Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward. Giants end up with Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Tet McMillan, Ashton Genty, Mason Graham, Will Johnson, Will Campbell, Malachi Starks, James Pierce. So in this case, you were wiped out.
Traded with San Francisco.
In this case, you're wiped out. You got Michael Williams, Tyler Warren, Kelvin Banks, Luther Burden. To me, there's nobody I have to have here. Yeah, Jalon Walker. I'm
Tyler
looking
Warren?
at trades. So let's look and see what they got. 32-64, a Philly second and a Philly third next year. I don't know who they're coming up for, but we don't want to wait till 32.
No.
How about 18-50? I like that one. We go from 12
Yeah.
to
Oh,
18.
you're in the mix right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, or you can have a 26, 90, a second, and a third next year. I like 18-50.
They're going to
Yeah,
be
I
a
do
bunch of
too.
players dropping. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be players dropping right and left.
Yeah, I know. 18-50.
Well,
Let's go
I'm afraid of
18-50.
A lot of these good
you have
players
what you guys in
are
Micah. Like, drop right in left.
All right, so we lost Kelvin Banks, Booker, Warren, Eamon Warrior, Luther Burden, Michael Williams. So now you look and you got Matthew Golden is staring us in the face, Jalon Walker, Derek Harmon.
Jalon Walker.
I don't think Jalon Walker's coming to Dallas. That's just me, but I could be wrong.
Who's that, Brian?
Show me the money.
Yeah, now you can start looking into Walter Nolan's, and it wouldn't be, oh my God. But to me, Matthew Golden, but I don't know.
I agree with you, Matthew Golden.
I mean, who would you take here? You could just look
Talking Heads spoke a lot about that guy.
Yeah,
you got Golden and Igbuka, and then it's a big drop off. You got Trey Harris.
Yeah, everybody's saying Golden.
You got Loveland there. You got that's on offense. I would say it's Golden. On defense, you got Jalon Walker or Derek Harmon. Ravel's there. Edge rusher. Mike Green is there. So Mike Green is there. So to me, Mike Green, or to me, it's either Mike Green or Golden. So
yeah, if you guys don't get Golden, I'll do my damnedest to get him.
All right, we're gonna go Golden. I would
go with Golden.
I would take a long look at Mike Green there, but we don't know what we're doing in free agency. So sitting here today, we're gonna go Golden.
Dang.
And we picked up another pick.
All right, we're gonna hide the picks. Let's go back and look and see what everybody did. All right, Membao, that's a great pick. Went to the Niners. Eagles got Jalon Walker. That's the next Georgia guy is headed to the Birds. Igbuka, that's a perfect spot.
Add to the fucking the Bulldog clan over there.
That's a perfect spot. Walter Nolan went 29. Mike Green went 31. Derek Harmon 32. Okay.
If you remember when he
Offensive
New
tackle
England
for the Viking from Minnesota goes to the Giants.
Ooh, we'll take that.
Go ahead, Thomas. What are you saying, brother?
If you remember when New England was winning, they used to take those Alabama boys left and right.
Kenneth Grant went right ahead of us to the 49ers. So looking at our picks here, we got 44, 50, and 76. So we have some, but we do have some trade offers. We got 90, 100, and a second for 44 and 249. No, thank you. We got 51 and a second. I don't like that because we got to give up 150.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't work for me. So we got Golden. We got a wide receiver. Do you want to look at running backs?
Remind me.
Let's look.
Yeah.
O'Marion Hampton is on the ball.
Yeah, I'd take him in a heartbeat.
So just before we go ahead and we got Hampton. You got Fannin. You got the offensive tackle of Arizona. Defense, you have JT Tuimalau. Defensive tackle. You got time for that. Linebacker, it's Jihad Campbell.
I take him just for the name.
You got Tori Amos for Ole Miss and Xavier. So you got Xavier Watts. I think you wait on edge. Xavier Watts, Jihad Campbell, or Omarion Hampton? Marion Hampton, or I think
Yeah,
that's the pick.
I would go with O'Marion.
Let's see who makes it to 50, because you remember we got 50 and 76. So let's go Hampton now, and we're gonna pause this. Ooh, I like what just happened. I like that pick. All right, so what happened between? We took Omarion, Xavier Watts, Amos Fannin, the Arizona tackle, Gray Zabel. So, Jihad Campbell is still there.
Oh,
you got Jihad Campbell.
I like that name though.
Jihad.
I
Makuba's
like the player too.
Yeah, you got Jihad Campbell. I think it's you have to take him, or one of the edge rushers. So, man.
Depending on what we do in free agency, Harrison is a good pick too, the defensive back.
Well, rumor is still over here. Zach Bond might be available.
Yep. I don't know. That kind of make you wonder, because Philadelphia did draft the linebacker early the linebacker out of Georgia.
Yeah, Nakobe
But
Dean.
they like him. They like him. But that's thinking about it is they got people to pay.
Like Tumalau too.
That's who I'm looking at, man.
There's a lot of players right there that's good.
Let's look at the trade. All right. I like this, Randy. We drop 8 picks and we get 89.
That's not bad. Another inside the 100.
I'm not doing this one. I'm not dropping to 84. But if we drop from 50 to 58 and we get 89,
I do that in a heartbeat.
So if you look at it that way, and then we got 58, 76, 89, then the jump to 150 is not too bad.
No.
I think we need to let this help us out a little bit. Again, we could screw ourselves, but
we're in need of players.
Yes,
lots of them.
Exactly. So let's take this. Let's take it. All right. Let's see who went. Oh man, we got killed. All right. JT went. TJ Sanders went. All right. Jihad Campbell's still on the board.
Yep, there you go.
So you
got or Thomas, heck of a defensive back. Makuba's there.
Domino's get the pizza you always wanted but never did to get.
Human Yullin's still there. He's good too.
Possesses the physical tools and flashes of technical brilliance that suggest star potential with natural bend, strength, and length. This is a tough one. Jared Ivey's there. So remember, we got 58 and 76 and 89. I'm thinking we go with the best linebacker in the draft.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Then again, you still got Schlesinger
right there. Well, you solve your middle.
But I mean, if you like Schlesinger,
you could have a conversation with the Jets now.
You know what I mean? Like we could go with the edge and come back with Schlesinger, but I don't know. I just kind of think you go with the best guy.
Well, remember, yeah, I agree with you. I'd go with Campbell.
Just go with the best guy here. Don't overthink it.
Don't think it. Just do it.
There's a lot of edge rushers. I mean, we did draft one last year. Let's take Jihad Campbell and see what happens.
Yeah, you got that one young kid, don't you? You just drafted.
Yeah. Let's see who went. Let's see who went. We took Jihad Campbell. Hairston went with the next pick. Tej Johnson went. Let's see here. Kyle Kennard went. Schlesinger went. So Schlesinger would not have made it to us.
Running back? Hey,
Makuba just went. So we took Matthew Golden, Omarion Hampton. So we're done basically on offense other than maybe an extra running back and then lineman. So we got our linebacker. So now we got 76 and 89. We do have a trade offer. 83 and next year is 4. No. 82. No. Okay,
No.
so all right.
Hell no.
Now, look who's staring us in the face. Princely Umanmielen.
Mm-hmm.
That's the edge rusher out of Ole Miss.
What other edges are still
Get him.
available? Yeah, I probably
Jared
would get him.
Ivy.
He
I can see Jerry
if Jared
Jones doing
Ivy's
that.
there, I would take Ivy, but that's just me.
6'6", 283, an impressive pass rush plan, but his heavy feet limit his ceiling. He could run through an opponent's chest with arm, but he can also win with the inside and outside. Yeah. Human
Remember, Jerry Jones
is,
like those bottom feeding picks.
and then you got Brady Swinson, more of a speed rusher out of LSU. Jordan Birch, big boy, 6'6", 295. I actually like Jordan Birch, so I wouldn't care if we tried to hold off. Let's see here. You got Enzore Thomas out of Florida State's there.
Uh-huh.
The cornerback out of Florida State.
I think I would probably take him because we need a good defensive back. We don't know what's going to happen next year.
You got safeties there, but linebacker we took. Defensive tackle, we got Norman Lott is there. Again, we took. So we're gonna need defensive tackle, edge. I mean, we need everything. So,
I like Norman Lott. I also like Alfred Collins.
I'm thinking we're gonna go with this corner out of Florida State.
Yeah, I agree. I think because
Come on, the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Azare Thomas. I like that kid. So
I do too.
Let's go with a corner.
I see that happening.
Okay. Let's hide
Hold on for a second, y'all. I'll be right back.
All right. So we took Thomas, Chris Paul, Mason Taylor, Denzel Burke, Jared Ivy. So you're right. Ivy went before Umanmielen. So Elijah Arroyo. Ooh, I forgot about him. A tight end just went.
Yeah, from Miami.
Yeah, Jack Besh, Savion Williams, Norman Lott. Ooh, we just missed Norman Lott. So where we sit here, we need D tackle. You got two good safeties there. We need D tackle, edge rusher.
You guys could use a safety.
We could. I like Jordan Birch. If I'm going edge, I'm going Oregon edge right here. You got Kevin Winston out of Penn State, 6'2", 208.
Either one of them guys I like.
Yeah.
I like both of them.
His instincts in coverage and tackling security highlight his potential refined prospect with tools to thrive in the NFL for the next decade.
There's the name potential.
Lathan Ransom, 6'1", 210, is a versatile, instinctive safety with a strong all-around game. He excels in both coverage and run support. Yeah, I like both of those players.
Ron Scattaboo's already picked.
You got Gillette out of Louisville. No, he's not. Scattaboo's there. I ain't taking Scattaboo.
Oh, okay. I thought you did Scattaboo.
Fuck Scattaboo. We got
Scattaboo is a good third down back. You should get him.
Nah, I'm good. We got 89, then 150. So this is a big pick for us. Or we can see the trade offer. Philly wants us to drop down to 129, 162.
Talk to you guys later.
All right. Did you send me your info?
Later.
Hold on. Let me look at it now.
I don't want that either. So we're going to pick here. Why don't we go with let's see here. I'm going to take the edge rusher. We need one.
Okay.
Jordan Birch.
Yeah, we need another edge rusher to get that rotation thing started.
Yeah, like I said, I like our safeties. We're going to use Wanye Thomas. So. If you didn't get my email, then email me. But
I got something to say. Game time, Brian.
Yeah, that's me.
Only.
So just reply to that, and just give me your name and your address, and I'll get it out to you tomorrow.
All right.
That's
All right.
it.
I got you.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
So we are on the board, everybody. We are on the board. Let's just go over our picks. Golden,
Not everybody
Hampton,
here.
Campbell, Thomas, Birch. We still need D tackle people.
That's what I was thinking too.
You got Elijah Roberts, SMU. We got,
I've heard of him.
yeah, let's see, defensive tackle.
Well, you know the Joneses.
You got
They like.
Peebles, Tonka Hemingway. You know, we have options here.
I've heard of Peoples too.
You know the Joneses. They like college prospects locally.
I heard a lot of Peoples recently.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's
What else do we have on the board?
You got safety. No, you got Jonathan Sanker, Malachi Moore, Hunter Waller. We drafted a corner. We drafted a linebacker. Offense. Let's look at tight ends. Let's look at running back.
How about quarterback?
Riley Leonard. There you go. Kyle McCord. It's funny because now Leonard's moving up. He's up. He's ahead of McCord and Burke now.
That's a quarterback from Syracuse, right?
No,
McCord.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, McCord.
McCord.
I heard of him too.
Yeah.
You got offensive guard. Offensive tackle.
Yeah, because I heard that quarterback from Syracuse he had started to move up in a lot of quarterback, draft boards.
Well, let's 6'3", 224. 6'3", 210. Let's go McCord. Let's just pick one. Yeah, we're drafting. We're drafting. The hell with him.
I don't want to see Cooper Rush back. I don't want to see the other backup back.
Oh, he's leaving though. Isn't he a free agent?
Yeah.
I see him going to down in Jacksonville.
I want to take Jack Nelson. We need an offensive tackle.
All right.
We'll take Jack Nelson. 6'7", out of Wisconsin. 315. Big boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Another one of Wisconsin boys.
And then let's look at defensive tackle. Let's just look at them. We got Peebles. Let's just get a couple of them. You got Cam Jackson. He's a big boy.
I'm telling you.
Riley
I've seen
Mills.
people play pretty good.
I don't think that's his right weight, though.
You're right about that, Oscar. Wisconsin does have a good old line.
They're known for keeping big offensive linemen, a good running back, and some defensive ends. Thanks to the Watt boys.
Yeah, they try to keep them all 4 years, so they're ready to go.
Yep.
I just want to double check.
That's a whole different story now.
I just want to double check Peebles' weight. That doesn't seem right.
Farmer's not up there, is he?
Joshua Farmer. Let me just see something here.
Must be gone.
Yeah, I'm looking at just double checking to see if it's not right. Tonka Hemingway, it's only saying 288 pounds.
No, that can't be right. I thought he was sort of like 344.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something ain't right.
Blow on him and knock him down.
Yeah, I don't know. You got C.J. West out of Indiana.
He's a good one.
I agree. That's why I'm saying that's why I want one G-Man keeping an eye on the Wisconsin boys.
He's a nose tackle.
Yeah, he take Mozzie's spot.
How about Cam Jackson? 6'6", 339.
I was just about to say that.
Mm-hmm.
You got Tim Smith out of Alabama. I like. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is where it gets tough. This is
Yeah.
where it gets really tough. So it's like,
Cam Jackson 339.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Cam Jackson. You need a big boy. So anyway, this is what you're looking at if you. I mean, we can get two of them. You know, we can get him, and we could get whoever you like. You know, we could get the CJ West. We can get two of them. Bam, there you go. We just got two big boys in the middle.
You can have West. We'll take Peoples.
Let's see here. Who do we need? Running back, defensive tackle, wide receiver, corner, linebacker. What? Let's look at another running back, Jordan James out of Oregon. His stock is really rising.
I've heard about him. Big heads were talking about him too.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's what you're looking at, everybody. I mean, we don't have to. I mean, we could finish it, I guess. What do we got here? Yeah, well,
how many picks did we get? In exchange for all the trades we did.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish it.
Jerry Jones is notorious by getting all kinds of picks.
We got 2 picks left, so let's just finish it out here. Luke Lachey. Now we don't need a tight end. We got. Let's see here.
Is it Lachey out of Iowa?
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, I would take Iowa, the tight end.
There you go. We got a tight end. We got 1 pick left. And running back, defensive tackle, safety, linebacker, Shiloh. We can go with Shiloh. Shiloh Sanders. Nah.
I seen him.
What you call it?
I see him going to Dallas Cowboys with Mark about a week and a half ago.
I can see Shiloh go to LA with his friend.
We're going to go Sanders just to be funny, just to end the draft. So basically, that's what we ended up with. If you do some trading, we ended up with 12 players. We ended up with Golden, Hampton, Campbell, Thomas, Birch, McCord, Jack Nelson. I mean, there
that's
you go.
Not a bad draft.
I mean, that's just some of the things you could do, people. I mean, is what it is. Did I miss any super chats?
But in the end, Brian, all roads lead to Jerry and Steve.
I know, I got everybody. Yeah, all roads definitely lead to Jerry and Steven. This is true. But all right, everybody, I want to get out of here. Back to work tomorrow. I hope everybody enjoyed it. We did about an hour and 40 minutes. We need a punter. Vinny, we will need a punter. It turned out good. Ron, thanks, brother.
Fret.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody, stay tuned. I do have a video. You'll have my morning drive video in the morning, and then I got a video coming out at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, but I did do a couple videos today. As you saw how the draft played out, we're going to need to be active in either free agency.
Good luck with that.
I mean, but we're going to have to. You cannot address. The draft becomes a lot easier if you get players in free agency or trade.
I agree.
We got to get a couple of names in free agency.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Look into Zach Vaughn.
Get a linebacker and get a defensive back and a defensive tackle.
Yeah, something like that.
Then we can draft offense heavy.
Yeah, I agree. But all right, everybody.
Some tell me that the defendants are not going to keep Zach Vaughn. I need to go after him.
I don't know about that.
We need to go after Milton.
Yeah, I don't know. I did hear the defensive coordinator say that we'd like to have Osa back. But that doesn't mean he's coming back. So no. I don't know that he's coming back. So.
I don't see them paying $22 million or whatever it's going to take.
He's like he'll be like third high payest.
If he sacked the quarterback about 8 to 10 times, that'd be different. But he doesn't.
Agreed. But all right, let me go so I can go get some water. I'll talk to everybody later. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
All right, gentlemen. Have a good night.
All right, later.
Be safe.
See you.
All right, later.